Going to work. A man from one of the Asian countries had no idea he was in for a surprise encounter. The weather was quite warm, although there was moisture in the air. Nevertheless, the man was feeling fine and was preparing for a normal day's work. Suddenly, he heard a subtle squeak and stopped. A man was moving next to him who was taking out the rubbish, and that's where the squeak was coming from. Quickly slowing down, the man left the motorbike by a green shrubbery and approached the man who was dragging a trolley of rubbish behind him. Right at the very top of the dirty sack sat a frightened puppy. The motorcyclist asked the man a very reasonable question about how the dog had ended up in the rubbish heap, but the man had no idea who had left the dog in such conditions. The rubbish collector looked just as confused as the puppy. As he approached the little guy, the man reached out his hand to pet him. The little one put his head and back up for petting, but he didn't stop worrying. Apparently, the puppy didn't trust humans too much. As the man thought about what to do next, there was another squeak. The motorcyclist realized it was coming from the dirty blue bag, and he hurried to pull it out of the rubbish trolley. From the rubbish trolley, laying it carefully on the grass, the man turned a tear in the fabric. A cute little face was peeking out from there. So that's how the puppy ended up in the rubbish heap. Someone had thrown away a bag that not only contained him, but also his little brother. The tiny little furball got out through a hole in the bag. And looked up in surprise at the man who had rescued him. It was hard to believe that just a moment ago he had been traveling in a trolley filled with waste. Luckily, both babies were rescued, and after a short time they were being washed from the waste. They were being washed clean of the foul odors that had soaked into their fur. Then it was a matter of supper, and at last the rescued puppies felt safe. It's safe to say that the little ones were lucky, for if they hadn't been spotted by the man, they'd probably have ended up in a filthy rubbish dump somewhere, lonely, miserable. And 6. May they continue to have good luck and wonderful owners. Wonderful owners.